Let me share with you guys some mistakes I made when I decided to migrate to Canada to study in December 2017. If you're watching this video, I don't expect you to make the same mistake them. Learn from my mistakes. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Danielle. My friends them call me Danny. I migrated to Canada December 2017. I started school January 2018. I did 2 one-year postgraduate certificates. Then I worked for 1 year and then I got my PR. Choosing the wrong province. I chose the wrong province. I chose Ontario, mainly because the person that I was staying with, I was going to be renting a room from, they lived in Toronto, so I figured, okay, it was a no-brainer for me to come to Toronto. But I didn't do my research. I didn't look up other provinces. I didn't look at the cost of living in other provinces, because for me, if I'm going to spend $500 at the time to rent a room in somebody's house, when I could go to another province and probably get an apartment for $600 or $700, and it would have granted me better peace of mind. So that was my first mistake, because I didn't do my research in terms of provinces and affordability. And I tell you this, choosing the province that you decide to live in can be the difference between you achieving your goal in 5 years versus 10 years. Ontario is overpopulated. It is expensive. We're going through a housing crisis, a cost of living crisis. So choose the province that you're living in or going to be living in wisely. Choosing the school that you go to wisely. Choose the school that you go to based on demographic of the school, programs that are offered at the school, and also the proximity to where you're going to be staying. One of my biggest regrets and mistakes was I already knew where I was going to stay. And then my immigration consultant recommended a particular school and I just went with it. I did not look up the distance between the school and where I was going to be staying. It was after I paid the deposits, which was like about 2,000 something Canadian, that was non-refundable, that I realized that the school was 2.5 hours by bus from where I was going to be staying. So my commute was between 4 hours and 5 hours both ways every single day. Now, the thing about the commute is, if it was just one bus and I was on the bus for 2 hours, fine. But for me, they have 2 main modes of bus. You can take the Go bus or the Go train, which is like a JUTC premium bus, or you can take the regular bus and the regular train. The Go bus is slightly more expensive because they charge you per distance. And so as a university student, me not really have the money every single day to be taking the Go bus. So sometimes I had to take the regular bus and train. And I'm going to give you guys an idea of my commute. So where I was living in Mississauga, I had to take a 1 bus to Meadowvale Town Centre. From Meadowvale Town Centre, I took another bus to Kipling Station. When I got to Kipling Station, I rode the train from Kipling Station all the way to Kennedy Station. When I got to Kennedy Station, I had to take the RT, which is a train that runs above ground from Kennedy Station to Scarborough Town Centre. From Scarborough Town Centre, I had to take the 134 to Centennial. So that was 5 different vehicles I had to switch over into. That took me 2.5 hours, and then I had to do that again in the evening to get back home. So choosing which part, like making sure that the distance between your school and where you're going to be staying is not too long, is very important, because it is extremely draining to have a 5-hour commute every single day. Next, the program that you decide to study is very important. Another mistake I made is that I just went with a program that was suggested by my immigration consultant. Again, I didn't do my own research. So the main thing what me I say is research. Do your own research. Don't just take people word feet. Research the better options for you. Choose your program wisely. Look at in-demand fields and choose your program based on that. Don't choose your program because it look easy or something where you did always want to do. In a sense, if it's something you always want to do and it's not in demand. Healthcare, you can't go wrong with healthcare. IT, I'm telling this all the time. Anything in a data around the world, data scientists, data analysis, data analytics, all of that. AI is a big deal. You can't go wrong in them fields there. If you want to be like an engineer or plumber, carpenter, them career fields there, choose programs that are in demand. Choose a field that's in demand, because look at it. I'm gonna put it into a perspective for them. You come here, you stretch your last, so come here, and you're only able to do a 1-year program. When you do a 1-year program, you get a 1-year postgraduate work permit. So it means, say, you have 1 year to work. Now, one of the requirements for a PR is you need 1 year Canadian work experience. So if you get a 1 year postgraduate work permit and you need a 1 year Canadian work experience, you know say you need to get the ball rolling when it comes to working. So in a minute, sense you choose a field and it's not in demand, you're gonna have a difficulty getting a job. And then when you get the postgraduate work permit, you spend 5 months trying to find a job. And you need 1 year work experience. You see what I say? Choose fields where as soon as you're done, jobs are run you down. Honestly, be strategic and smart when it comes to choosing your program. Another mistake I made, I did a network. Networking. So I said Jamaica, links run Jamaica, links run everywhere. Network. One of the biggest mistakes I made is I didn't network enough. A lot of the times at the colleges, the professors, they are usually in management positions, they're usually in hiring positions at whatever company they work at during the day. Befriend your professors because a lot of them are in positions to hire you if you stand out. Network. Fix up your LinkedIn because a lot of them, they're going to reach out to you via LinkedIn or they're going to look at your LinkedIn to see what you've been up to. Networking run this place as well. So when I feel like say, oh, Jamaica just links alone, over here links run it, but they don't call it links though, them call it networking. So network. You need to start network the last 3 months of school. Start networking. Go to all of the corny events them where them have a school. Go and make your presence known in class. Let your professor know who you are, because networking can be the difference between you getting a job right out of school and having to wait 3-4 months while applying. This video is actually longer than I expected, but my final thing is, when I was working part-time at Home Depot, and I assumed that because I was working part-time, I wasn't eligible for any benefits. It doesn't matter where you're working. Once you get your job as a international student and you're working part-time, whether Walmart, McDonald's, Home Depot, the bank, them as a part-time teller, any role that you have, utilize your benefits. Utilize your benefits. Don't assume that because you're a part-time international student that you don't have benefits. A lot of companies, them have Percopolis, which give you discounts at a lot of places. Utilize it. Some of them might even give you insurance. Use up the insurance. Some of them might even give you profit sharing as a part-time person. Use it up. Use your benefits. It's better for them to say you're not having the benefits than if you have the benefits them sitting there and you don't utilize them. If it's available to you, make use of it. Not because you're part-time mean that you don't have benefits. A lot of these companies, they have benefits and they're banking on you not knowing about them and not using them. Use up on the benefits. But all in all, learn from my mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes that I made when I came here. I want everybody to come here and be better than me. Do better than what me I do. Do better than have a better experience than what I had. Come and see for yourself. My telling you already say, here is not a bed of roses, but I'm much rather would come and see it for yourself and things work out for you better than how it worked out for me, because my experience that must be your experience. I love to see people win. Come, I tell people this all the time. And I want piece of success today. Everybody can eat a food. Everybody can be them best self. Everybody can live a better life than what them currently live, and once the opportunity presents itself. So if you like my content, follow me, like it, share it with your friends for this type of, but always I share little things with them based on my experience, because I want to come over here and have a good experience. I don't want it to be a struggle if it don't need to be.